All right, in the face of downsizing, outsourcing, and higher job demands, more employers are looking for workers who embrace change rather than fight it. Every week, we focus on ways to get a jump start in the workplace. Valerie Burton, author of Successful Women Think Differently, joining us right now. Okay, so it's more important now than ever to be a resilient employee.
Yeah.
Why?
I've really noticed it doing a lot of, just keynote speaking and things around the country. Companies are really high on this topic of resilience. And I think it's because so many companies are dealing with change. And I mean, even really established companies that have never changed in 80 or 90 years are having to change, whether it's because of the economy or because of technology or the demands of customers. And so employees have to be tuned into that, because really it can be your career advantage if you're able to be resilient. If you're not, you're going to be at a big disadvantage when it comes to promotions and potentially layoffs.
What does it mean to be resilient?
It means that over and over again, you're able to bounce back. Things don't always go the way you want them to be. When there's change, you're able to be flexible, you're able to adapt, you're able to learn new things, and you're willing to learn. I think that's a really key message, because a lot of people don't want to learn anything new, and so they're resistant to change, and that will work against you in your career.
And you said, here are some guide points. Get a reality check, embrace change.
Yeah. So getting the reality check is about the fact that, you know what?
Here it is.
Maybe the company was that way for 20 years, but it's not anymore. And so you've got to get on board with reality and make sure that you're not hanging on to the past, but instead you're embracing what's now.
And being a bridge builder, meaning you are helping to execute that change. You're helping to get others on board too?
Yeah, exactly. So those who aren't kind of tuned into their fear instead are saying, you know what, can I be the person that kind of inspires people to get on board, even if I don't agree with all of the changes? Would the company say that I'm helping? Is the change going easier because I'm here, or is it more difficult because I'm here? And if it's more difficult, you may see your career derail. And when there's downsizing, they're looking for the people who are making it easier.
And you can't dig in your heels and isolate yourself say, I'm just going to do the way I've been doing it for a long time, because that's dangerous.
That's dangerous. Don't isolate yourself. And even if you're in a job where you don't have to manage people, I mean, you may be in IT and you think, I don't like people. You want to make sure that you still are building those relationships with your coworkers, that you're making your contributions known. I mean, in a team sense, to your boss and other people, because those connections and those relationships are what help you move ahead in your career.
And bouncing back, is that up to you?
Yeah. Bouncing back is about how you think. So when you're dealing with change, instead of saying, I don't want to deal with this change, I'm so sick of this, I don't know if I'm going to be able to survive, you can say to yourself, I don't necessarily like the change, but I can adapt. I choose to be able to embrace the change and learn what I need to learn to go forward. And it's hard, Frederica. I mean, it can be really hard for people. People feel scared, they feel uncertain, but you've got to take control by making a decision that if there is change, I'm going to make the decision to adapt.
But fear is big, so maybe a lot of people are afraid of even adapting or making a change because they're afraid if they don't do it well.
That's right.
Then that's going to be worse than doing what they've been doing for a long time.
That's right. That's right. They want to stick with what they know.
Interesting.
And you've got to be willing to try new things and to make that company more successful in the face of change.
All right. Valerie Burton, thanks so much. Always keeping it real for us.
Thanks, Fred.
All right. Appreciate that.